You know how master sommeliers can blind taste a wine and tell you the vintage, grape varieties used, and the region where it's from? Well, in this glass, I have a wine that no one would ever guess what it is, because it breaks all the rules. And yet, it's delicious. Do you know what this wine is? This wine is a quandary. It comes from somewhere common, and it's made with common grapes. But boy, is it different. Let's try to unpack what's going on in this glass. The color looks like a normal red wine. It has a medium ruby color. On the nose, this is all over the place. I get fragrant rose, blueberry, sour cherry, mushroom, Sour Patch Kids, and a whiff of baking spice. It's a strange set of aromas. It doesn't point to a single variety, therefore it must be a blend. Of what? I don't know. But what I can tell you is this. The sour and funky notes of Sour Patch Kids and mushrooms tells the wine was fermented with wild yeasts. That whiff of baking spice tells you this wine was aged in oak. And I didn't get a lot of earthiness on wine, which makes me think we're in a New World wine region. Let's give it a taste. Pow! So much sourness. And then it's floral and it has spiced and fruity finish. This is a wacky wine. But instead of forcing you to guess an unguessable wine, let's find out what's happening with an MW. Christine, take it away.
The reason why you'd never find this wine in a sommelier blind tasting exam is because it just doesn't follow the rules. Let me explain. Blind tasting is kind of like being a detective. You take a set of clues from the wine and connect the dots with known grape characteristics like color, acid, tannin, and flavor. And you connect those things to winemaking and climate. The more you taste different wines, the more you realize that certain regional wines have a consistent style that they share, even if they're from different producers. And because the wines taste consistent, they're considered to be classics. They have what we call typicity. In fact, you can find lists of classic wines out there commonly used in blind tasting exams. But the wine we have in front of us today is anything but traditional. It represents a trend that we're seeing worldwide, and that, my friends, is natural wine. And the winemaker here is really trying to make the best with what they can, but instead of following regional winemaking traditions, they're following their nose. So, who is breaking the mold, Madeline, and what the heck are we drinking?
Today we're tasting the 2020 Impulse by Old World Winery in Sonoma, California. It's a blend of 74% Merlot from Chalk Hill, 7% Chardonnay from Russian River Valley, and 19% Petite Sirah from Lodi. It's time to hear from the winemaker, Derek.
Hi everybody, I'm Derek Trowbridge with Old World Winery, one of the oldest natural wineries in California. I'm here today in this old vine block that my great-grandfather planted back in the 1930s. This wine here is called Impulse. It's Merlot with a little bit of Petite Sirah and a little bit of secret sauce, which is Chardonnay, to thin out the tannin. This wine was made regeneratively, which means, just like here, what I've done is farmed with mulch underneath the vines and then no-till, so that we're not disturbing the soil at all and just allowing the carbon to go back in the soil, feed the microbiology. That sequesters more carbon from the atmosphere and rebuilds the carbon cycle so that we're pulling carbon out of the atmosphere.
As natural wines increase in the marketplace, it could be that new traditions arise, creating new regional wines that will be blind tasting in a few years. In the meantime, it's the Wild West, or should we say, wild yeast. This wine is part of Wine Folly Club, so if you'd like to taste along, you can become a member. And we've got more videos like these coming up, so definitely subscribe to learn more about wine. Until next time, happy tasting, peace out.